We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would away forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, gave you another name, switch up the batteries. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. We set out on a mission to find our inner peace, make it everlasting, so nothing's incomplete. It's easy being with you, sacred simplicity. As long as we're together, there's no place I'd rather be. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, gave you another name, switch up the batteries. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. 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 When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be.
I was her, she was me. We were one, we were free. And if there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one.
Someone's panting.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Yes. Welcome. My name is Helen Sweet, and I have the privilege of performing this marriage ceremony today. On behalf of Preeti and Brandon, welcome, and thank you for being here. They are delighted that you are here today to share in their joy during this wonderful moment in their lives. And by your presence, you celebrate with them the love that they have discovered in each other, and you support their decision to commit themselves to one another for the rest of their lives. By your presence, you celebrate with them the love they've discovered in each other, and you support their decision to commit themselves to one another for the rest of their lives. Today, their relationship continues to grow, becoming stronger and better. Indeed, this is a day of hope, a day in which Brandon and Preeti demonstrate their commitment, devotion, and mutual respect, as well as their faith and love in one another. And you who are gathered here as witnesses are called to continue your support and encouragement as they unite in marriage. We all know that marriage is more than two people standing up here and repeating vows. There is an art to any creative activity, and so too in marriage. Part of the art of marriage is being flexible. So in your marriage, cultivate flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. Part of the art of marriage is to comfort each other and strive to be each other's best friend. And most important, develop the capacity to forgive and to heal your differences day by day. And always remember that your love can prevail. It can be the miracle that invites you to learn, to blossom, and expand your horizons. So to you two, I say, continue in your search for the good and the beautiful in this life. This marriage ceremony today is a most serious covenant that's made before all of us as witnesses. And from your new marriage relationship can come the nurture and strength that the two of you need to face the world. Only from this moment you will face the world together in a new way. Today, a new family is born, and our world will be better for its birth. And for this, we all celebrate. I would now like to invite Harleen to come forward and present a reading that's called On Your Wedding Day.
Today is a day you will always remember, the greatest in anyone's life. You'll start off the day just two people in love and end it as husband and wife. It's a brand new beginning, a start of a journey with moments to cherish and treasure. And although there'll be times when you both disagree, these will surely be outweighed by pleasure. You'll have heard many words of advice in the past when the secrets of marriage were spoken, but you know that the answers lie hidden inside where the bond of true love lies unbroken. So live happy forever as lovers and friends. It's the dawn of a new life for you. As you stand there together with love in your eyes, from the moment you whisper, I do, and with luck, all your hopes and your dreams can be real. May success find its way to your hearts. Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today's the day it all starts.
And now just a few questions, and first for you, Brandon. Brandon, you've chosen Preeti to be your wife. Will you love and respect her? Will you be honest with her always? And will you stand by her through whatever may come?
I will.
Preeti, you have chosen Brandon to be your husband. Will you love and respect him? Will you be honest with him always? And will you stand by him through whatever may come?
I will.
And now, in the spirit of joy and affirmation, I would like to ask your families and friends a question. Do you, the families and friends of Brandon and Preeti, give them your blessing and support, wishing them a wonderful life together? Yes. Preeti and Brandon, we now come to your vows. Brandon, please repeat after me. In the presence of our family and friends.
In the presence of our family and friends.
I, Brandon, choose you, Preeti, to be my wife,
I, Brandon, choose you, Preeti, to be my wife,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow.
to love and to cherish,
To love and to cherish,
and to be faithful to you alone.
to be faithful to you alone.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
And now, Preeti, please repeat after me. In the presence of our family and friends,
In the presence of our family and friends,
I, Preeti, choose you, Brandon, to be my husband,
I, Preeti, choose you, Brandon, to be my husband,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold until this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
and to be faithful to you alone.
and to be faithful to you alone.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
Now, if we could retrieve the rings, please. So you could please give Brandon the ring to place on Preeti's finger, please. And Brandon, as you place that ring on her finger, please repeat after me. Preeti, I give you this ring
Preeti, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and the vows we have made this day.
and the vows we've made this day.
As it encircles your finger,
As it encircles your finger,
may it remind you always
may it remind you always
that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
I am honored to call you my wife.
I'm honored to call you my wife.
Now, if you could please give Preeti the ring to place on Brandon's finger. And as you place that ring on his finger, please repeat after me. Brandon, I give you this ring
Brandon, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and the vows we have made this day.
and the vows we have made this day.
As it encircles your finger,
As it encircles your finger,
may it remind you always
may it remind you always
that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
I am honored to call you my husband.
I am honored to call you my husband.
And may those who wear these rings live in love all of their days. And may the love that has brought you together continue to grow and enrich your lives. May you meet with courage the problems which arise to challenge you, and may your relationship always be one of love and trust. May the happiness that you share today be with you always, and may every word that you have pledged be a living truth in your lives. We now ask for a moment of your patience as we sign the license and the register. Dallas and Loveline, please join us. You may make your way.
Sit.
Brandon and Preeti, we have heard your promise to share your lives in marriage, and we recognize and respect the covenant of marriage you've made here this day before each of us as your witnesses. And therefore, in the honesty and sincerity of what you have said and done here today, it is my honor and delight to declare you henceforth to be husband and wife. You may seal your vows with a kiss or two. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise up.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby.
Remember the day I set you free. I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. Oh, baby,
There ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby.
oh no, darling.
No wind, no rain, or winter's cold can stop me, baby.
No, no, baby.
'Cause you are
If
my
you're ever in
love.
trouble, I'll be there on the double. Just send for me, oh baby.
My love is alive, way down in my heart, although we are miles apart.
If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double, just as fast as I can. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough.
Keep me from getting to you, babe. Don't you know that there
Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no mountain high enough.
Captured effortlessly, that's the way it was. Happened so naturally, I did not know it was love. The next thing I felt was you, holding me close. What was I gonna do? I let myself go, and now we're flying through the stars. I hope this night will last forever. Oh, oh, oh. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better than you.
stars. I hope this night will last forever. Oh, 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 oh. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better than you. At first you put your arms around me, then you put your charms around me. We stare into each other's eyes, and what we see is no surprise. Got a feeling lost for treasure, and a love so deep we cannot measure. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better than you. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better than you.
All right, hello everyone. I hope everybody's having a good night. My name is Joel Browning. I can work with that, it's all right. Okay. So yes, my name is Joel Browning. I am your Masters of Ceremony tonight, Masters of Celebration, potentially soon to be Masters of the Cult you will all be in, but that all depends on the night, so please drink the Kool-Aid, wine. But seriously though, how's everybody doing tonight? Okay, it's not a Kenny G concert. It's a wedding. Come on, how are we all doing tonight? There we go. That's the prepubescent Justin Bieber fan base sound I was looking for. So let's try to tunnel that energy in towards the introduction of our next guests. All right, Felix, you ready? All right, hit it, brother. She was born and bred in the beautiful cherry blossoms of Hyde Park. He was hiding in them. Give it up for Nisha and Colin. She's a lawyer who hails from the Windy City. He's a hungry Scarberian roofer. Literally, he's roofing for a ham sandwich. Give it up for Adam and Monica. She could sometimes be found in real estate, other times a beautiful mother of two. He just hopes one day he's a mother. Give it up for Graham and Poonam. She's a Jill of all trades. He was named after a former Leaf superstar, Gerald Diddick. Also known as the Car Man. Give it up for Gerald and Harleen. Get your rolls of loonies together for the lovely Loveleen and the delicious Dallas. And now for the main event. She's pretty deep in love with him, and he's the pinch that woke her from a dream. Give it up for Brandon and Pretty Deep Pinch! I want to welcome everybody. Sat Shri Akal and GINU. I hope I said that right. Once again, my name is Joel Browning and I am your MC tonight. And it's looking like a pretty nice night for an evening. Who agrees here? I know we are all hungry and need to put something in our guts, either to soak up the booze already in it or the future booze that will be put inside of it. But bear with me, we have some things we got to get through first. I will try to make it as enjoyable as possible. I know what you're all thinking. How did this man with such charm, this man with sexy, rugged masculinity, get a role such as this? I asked myself the same question. And it occurred to me, I'm a teacher by profession, and so I hold various characteristics that make me the perfect role for an MC. Well, that and Brandon, he called everybody else he knew, and I guess I was the only one that actually answered his phone calls. But first of all, as a teacher, I know how to communicate. It is my job to instruct, my job to lay down the rules. And so, on that note, just a few housekeeping things and rules. Not so much rules. Break them as much as you want. If any guest needs a drink, they are to ask the servers for tonight, just for this dinner portion. The bar won't be open until after dinner, so if you have any drink requests, please direct them to your servers. There's one bathroom on this floor just down the lane here, right on your right. The other two are in the basement. You can either take the elevator or the stairs down. The elevator is just found down the hall to your right. I was going to do a whole airplane thing, but I forgot. I didn't have that training, so. Thank you. Thanks, Mom. I told you to wait in the car. I don't know why you're in here. Whoever said that. I love you, Preeti. Lastly, in celebration of Preeti and Brandon's love of creatures great and small, including Graham, a donation in lieu of a wedding favor has been made to the Ontario Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, and you can place any donations into the bird cage on the table just down the hall. Another note, my union informed me today that it is mandatory that I take a 3-month break in between speeches. I apologize, but teachers kind of deserve it. We work pretty hard. It's not like we're plumbers or anything. I know. Secondly, as a teacher, I'm a disciplinarian. I know how to deal, I heard that. I don't know who smacked their gums there. I know how to deal with troublemakers. I'm looking at you, Caitlin. Where are you? There you go. I'm watching out for you. I'm sure many of you bigger kids, though, think that you can pull a fast one on me because of my lack of, let's say, physical authority. But I got 2 aces in my corner. I have a Marianne Pinch and a Cool Want Melhans. And so if any of you want to, mess around tonight, they're going to knock your block off. I think just a stare will put you in your place. So be warned, and that's the only warning you will get tonight. But seriously though, we're all going to have a blast tonight. However, if we are drinking, let's not drive home. We're downtown Toronto. There's many ways to get home, so please, if you're drinking, let's find a way to get home without driving. And in a pinch, you could always stay with me and my roommate Derek. Our bunk bed fort has tons of room. We have the top open. We both sleep on the bottom. Finally, as a teacher, though, I'm kind of an intellectual. That's a big word for smart, in case none of you are really sure. I'm articulate, and I'm something of a philosopher, I like to think. I kind of know a little bit about the meaning of love. I have read many tomes on poetry and ballads concerning love. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, what does this guy know about love? Honestly, I had a goldfish. I know. But if you don't trust me, I'll put it to my best resource at hand. I'm going to put it towards my observation of the couple minutes that I've known Brandon and Preeti. And those couple minutes span over the course of many years at this point. Love is accepting that your partner may never one day recognize that taking off his dirty socks and putting them beside the hamper is the same as throwing them in the hamper. Love is respecting that even when your partner says she is ready to go out and you're out the door, she really means, wait, I have like 5 things to do, so please wait there boiling hot in your coat and shoes. Love is caring for your partner even when they stay up drinking till 5 a.m. with their friends and then take off to their favorite restaurant, the one that you hate in Hongqing, and still he forgets to bring the one thing home that you asked for. Something vegetarian.
The chicken's not really.
Love is understanding when your partner buys things that she will ultimately return them. And if she doesn't, don't worry. She'll leave them in your truck for at least 6 months. Love cherishes the moments, especially when you realize that when your partner says he is a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, he means he is the only fan. With Sunteen shrines, in-depth discussions of imaginary lineup possibilities, and will make you listen to a whole draft via radio. Like, it's not 1920. What's going on?
Come on.
Yeah, no excuse.
I had no choice.
It's love, my friend. And finally, love is about moving past the fact that your partner was born in Montreal. And forgiving those one few times where she says that she's a Habs fan. Forgiveness is key.
Forgive, but you never forget.
I think these two have much more to teach us throughout the wonderful life they're about to share together. But don't just take my word for it. I think there's a lot of people up here tonight who want to add to that. So I want to see what they have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, and Graham. Sorry for the double one on your Graham. I love you. We'll be eating in approximately 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But until then, let's open the floor to an axe-throwing champion. An individual who has a face you could set a watch to. The best man and the only man in my life since I lost my goldfish, Dallas Pinch.
It's a tough act to follow. Good evening to everybody. On behalf of the Pinch family, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. If we haven't met yet, my name is Dallas. I'm the middle of 3 brothers, Brandon being the youngest and Gerald the oldest. Much like the Malhans, we're a tight family. It really is my honor to be the best man tonight. I've always been very protective of Brandon, even when it wasn't needed. At the same time, wearing my Hulkamania t-shirt got him pushed down a steep flight of stairs with a coat rack at the bottom. Fully intentional. Brandon was always a great brother. He never once went to our mom to tattle on us. Not once, even when he definitely should have. One year on Christmas Eve, I left a banana peel to rot on my parents' night table. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Christmas was canceled and we believed it. We sat in our room in a panic. The ginger middle son wasn't owning up, that's for damn sure. There's only one thing left to do. Brandon needed to save Christmas. He took it on the chin and Christmas was back on. It wasn't until well into our adulthood that I came clean on that one. There's never been any doubt about our mother's love for her sons. I think back to nights at the dinner table, nice big plate of hot ravioli. Of course, that was for Brandon. Gerald and I were choking back fish sticks and Brussels sprouts. And that is absolutely true. One thing that I can tell you, Miss Malhans, is that Brandon has always done right by his family. And that won't change. He's loyal, honest, hardworking, and he's a really good person. Our families are really lucky on both sides with this marriage. I've had many opportunities to spend time with your family, especially at that bachelor party. Preeti is one of the Preeti is one of the smartest, most optimistic, and logical people I have ever met. Not only is she easygoing and driven at the same time, she is such a beautiful person. She supports Brandon to the end and is so easy to hang out with. She always seems to know what to say and when to say nothing. That's the truth. All of this is very true, except when she drinks whiskey. At that point, she is angry, irrational, and illogical. She is. I once saw Brandon refuse a plate of stale nachos in Bahamas. That was almost the end of this fairy tale, folks. And Brandon honestly had no idea what was going on. All jokes aside, marriage is work. They say don't go to bed angry. Good luck with that. We're very proud and happy to welcome Preeti into our family and look forward to you guys giving us some little chundies. You guys are going to be great together and we love you. Thank you.
I think the next two speakers are sisters. I'm going on a hunch, but Loveleen and Harleen? I'm just guessing. Oh, I know. I thought it was just a stranger you met off the street. There's no Ian at the end of Monica. I'm joking, and their cousin Monica. Bridesmaids and the maid of honor.
We just need to rearrange. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for coming out to celebrate the marriage of Preeti and Brandon. On behalf of our entire family, we are overjoyed to be able to celebrate this day. I know a lot of planning and hard work went into making today possible, and we want to thank everyone that came out to make this happen. Preeti and Brandon are so lucky to have such wonderful family and friends to support them. But you're probably wondering, who are these three ravishing girls in front of you right now? Well, I'm Preeti's younger sister, and I knew her when she was a curly-haired girl growing up in Montreal. And even as a young girl, Preeti just couldn't get enough of me. One of my favorite memories or stories that my mom had told me was that when she came home from the hospital and I was only a few days old, she put me in the crib and then went away to go do something. She heard a very loud thud and then came running, only to see Preeti holding me clumsily with a very guilty look on her face. She quickly realized that thud must have been the back of my head hitting the crib wall. But it's so nice to hear that Preeti couldn't contain her joy and excitement to have a younger sister, even though it cost me a couple of brain cells along the way. But irregardless, Preeti has always been there for me. She's very kind, patient, and considerate, and listens to my endless rants. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Hi, everyone. I'm Preeti's youngest sister, Harleen. And as sisters, I would say that our mothers always tried to keep us very bonded and together. And an analogy as kids that was ingrained into our minds was that you can snap a single pencil in half easily, but when you try to break 4 or 5 pencils together, you will fail. So the moral of the story of this is by banding together as sisters and friends, we are stronger than ever and we're able to weather any storm. So today, Preeti embarks on a new partnership with Brandon, and we are confident that they will use this analogy and they will make each other stronger than ever. Although Preeti and Brandon will stick together as a team, that doesn't mean that we can't poke a little fun at him every now and then. A story that I just absolutely have to share with everyone is the first time Brandon met my mom and came over for dinner. I can't spare you, yeah.
Go for it.
So my mom prepared a delicious Indian meal, and we're all eating peacefully at the table together when I noticed Brandon's face went bright red. I'm talking tomato red. It was very, very bright. So I looked at him, and I noticed that he somehow had his fork in 2 pieces. He managed to break his fork, and he was just in a panic. And, so I felt really bad for him, and I thought, oh boy, I really got to help him out. So I decided to burst out laughing. So I was hysterically laughing while he's having an internal panic attack. And, my mom tried, telling him everything's okay, it's not a big deal, but he was a little shaken up by it. But, don't worry, Brandon. We actually have you covered for tonight, so we would like to present you with this special gift.
Better be made of titanium.
Don't break it.
Taking a break from making fun of Brandon for just a second. Hi everyone, I'm Monica, Preeti's cousin from Chicago, but the distance never stopped our moms from basically raising us together as kids growing up. One of my earliest memories with Preeti is her trying to join our secret club. Our moms nicknamed us the Triangle because there's 3 of us, and Preeti was always trying to turn us into a square, which we would never have admitted as kids, but given that she was the cooler, funnier older sister, we didn't really mind all that much. Preeti's the one that encouraged us to use our imaginations and be creative when we couldn't go outside to play. Whether it was her volunteering to chase us around in my basement as a pretend 4-eyed freak when she was the one that got glasses first, or whether it was her speaking to us in funny voices and imitating strange characters, her love of laughter, recreating scenes from movies, and consistently educating us on what's trendy, like cleansing your chakras and drinking out of mason jars, is something we can't thank her enough for. Given that we have known Preeti a long time and have been raised in the center of a tight-knit and at times largely eccentric Indian family, not joking, at our last Christmas party we did the whip and nay-nay. We put together a list of essential tips for Brandon to advise him on how to survive not only living with Preeti 24/7, but also to ease his transition into our Indian family.
Okay. So it's 10 tips and tricks to survive with Preeti and an Indian family. So number 1, there's no such thing as being full or having too much food on your plate when it comes to my mom's cooking. All right, number 2, in our Indian culture, if someone gives you money, you have to refuse at least twice before accepting. Even though both parties are fully aware of this exchange is going to happen. It's just how we do it.
Don't be surprised by sporadic Indian accents in the middle of conversations, as well as head bobbing.
You have to practice staying awake for 3.5 hours for one Bollywood movie that has at least 5 or 6 coordinated dances. Alrighty, number 4. You have to don't always expect that yogurt containers in your fridge are actually going to have yogurt.
You will open it and it's not yogurt, it's Indian food. You'll never know.
Get ready to haggle and bargain for slick deals. Or more specifically, Indians, or more specifically our moms at Kohl's, are the best at doing it best.
Don't be surprised if Preeti packs aloo prantas wrapped in aluminum foil for your honeymoon.
Number 8, Preeti will always have a coupon or some sort of loyalty card for every purchase she makes.
When you're cooking Indian food, please expect your smoke detector to go off at least 2 times.
And then, last but not least, we gotta bust out your best bungalow moves tonight. But no pressure. If all fails, just remember to pet the dog and screw the light bulb.
All jokes aside, Brandon, we are so excited that you are joining our family.
And now it is time for Preeti to take on a new role as Brandon's wife, and we have no doubt that she will flourish in this role.
So let's raise a glass to Preeti and Brandon. We can't wait to see what the future holds for you both as a couple, and we wish you nothing but happiness.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you guys do us a favor, actually? Can you grab us some
It's hard to follow a triplet of beautiful women like that. All right. Next up, I had a whole speech written, but due to recent events involving an axe throwing competition and legacy on the line, I can no longer refer to Brandon as Brandon Pinch. So please, give it up to Preeti and Brandon Milhans.
Hi, everybody. Oh my, okay. Well, firstly, thank you to everybody for coming out tonight. We really appreciate you guys taking the time and joining us tonight. It means a lot to us. Just kind of want to start off by saying I'm not really sure how to put today into words. It's definitely a feeling, yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe yes.
One word.
It's definitely a lot of happiness and love and joy that we've felt from everybody who's out here, and we definitely appreciate it, so it means a lot. I don't want to take too long, but just want to say a couple of things. First of all, everyone looks amazing tonight. I'm so impressed. Guys look handsome, girls look beautiful, so thank you so much for going all out. Secondly, I definitely want to take a time to just say thank you to all of our vendors who have been amazing, from the venue to photography to videography to our DJ. The list goes on and on and on, and we are so appreciative of everyone's help. Makeup artists, hair artists, absolutely amazing, and we couldn't have had this day without them. So definitely so appreciative, and thank you so much to the staff here as well at the University Club of Toronto. Definitely appreciate it, and definitely keep the drinks flowing. So good. So I feel extremely lucky to have so many wonderful people in my life who love me unconditionally and have shown me their support pretty much from the day that Brandon and I got together, but definitely from the time that Brandon and I got engaged. The wedding planning process is definitely not an easy or stress-free one, but I wanted to say again to all my family and friends, for just kind of being there for me and being so involved. I super appreciate it. I couldn't have done this without you guys, and it means a lot to me. Obviously, I'll cherish the memories of today, but just being able to have those times together means a lot to me as well. So thank you so much for that. And of course, that especially applies to my bridesmaids, who have been absolutely Yeah, amazing. There literally are no words to describe. This probably event wouldn't have happened without their support. So, ladies, you definitely have been just over the top with everything in a very positive way. And I just want to say to each of you, Loveline, my maid of honor, Harleen, Poonam, Monica, Nisha, just to all of you, thank you so much for all your thoughtfulness, all the work, all the effort, all the late nights, like 3 a.m., that you guys put not only into this wedding, but everything from the bachelorette to the Mendy night that we had last night. Thank you so much for just being there for me, and I can't thank you enough. Definitely forever in your debt, except for Poonam because I was already her maid of honor and I worked like a slave. So that that's done. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, you guys are my sisters, all of you, and I love you so much. So thank you so much, girls. I really appreciate it. So to my family, especially those who traveled from afar, this includes Chicago, Windsor, London, Sudbury, very exciting. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you guys just taking the time to do so much for me. It, once again, means a lot, and I definitely cherish it. All the hard work, all the late nights, all the excitement that you guys brought, towards this weekend, really appreciate it. To my mom, hi, Mom. I love you very much, Mom. Aw, thanks. Thank you for giving birth to me. That was great. Thank you for being so strong. You are an amazing woman, and thank you for instilling so many positive values. Especially around family orientation and just being so close with the family and also my sisters. Definitely appreciate that. For teaching me that. Actually, it's funny. The whole pencil thing that Harleen already mentioned. With sisters and just having that bond within our family that one pencil breaks very easily, but 4 pencils together, they're unbreakable. So thank you for teaching that to us and for always being my number one cheerleader, even after making mistakes. I definitely appreciate that and for being so patient with me. What else? So basically what I'm trying to say is I love you, Mom, and saying thank you really isn't enough for everything that you've done for me. I really, really appreciate it, and I love you very much. So to my new family, the Pinch is very excited to take that last name. Well, what really can I say? You guys are all amazing, and from day one, you've welcomed me with open arms into your homes and into your hearts, and it means a lot to me. I'll be forever grateful for all of your support and love, and I love all of you guys too. I really feel very, very blessed to be coming into such an amazing family, and you guys are awesome. I'm so glad that we all get along so well, but even our families have become friends over the last little bit, and that means so much to me. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing your love and for all the kind words and support, and I really, really appreciate it. A special shout out to my new niece and nephews. So Miss Katie, hey. Jaden, you look great. Ryan, thank you for all your help with Bauer. We really appreciate it. Dustin, you're the man. I'm very excited to be your Auntie Pee-Pee, and definitely looking forward to that, and definitely embarrassing all of you guys as you guys get older. So perhaps at your wedding one day, we'll see what happens. Dallas and Gerald, I've inherited 2 more bigger brothers, and I'm very, very blessed to be having you guys in my life. Love you both, and just want to say thank you for being so wonderful and so easy to get along with. Sort of the same thing that Dallas had written about me, which is great. And although Dallas did give me the talk when we first met that nobody messes with my baby brother, just so you know. So, yeah, that happened. Aaron, hi. I want to say from the night that you grabbed me and took me dancing on the first night that I met you. Just, thank you for being so open. Thank you for, being so welcoming, for always feeding me veggie options, whether at your house or at the cottage. Thank you for taking care of me, so I appreciate that. Finally, to my new mother-in-law, Marianne. What can I say? I feel like, we're obviously related now by marriage, but, friends by choice. So I appreciate all our conversations, all your support, all of your love. You are definitely a strong, amazing, funny, and inspirational woman, just like my mom, and I'm blessed to be able to call you my mother-in-law. You're definitely a big reason why Brandon is the man he is today, and I want to thank you so much for raising such a respectful, honest, caring, funny, and strong man. I am very, very blessed for that, and a lot of that credit definitely goes to you. So thank you very much, Marianne. All right. Last but not least, the hubby. So, Brandon, hi. Honey, I'm very, very honored to call you my husband today. And how do I even put into words how happy you make me and how much I love you, Brandon? Okay. Maybe one more of these. It's actually really good wine.
It is.
It's good. Okay. So, Brandon, when we first met, in front of the men's bathroom at Dazzling,
You jumped on my back?
I knew you were special. Maybe it was because you had the little French bulldog patch on your shirt, and being a dog lover myself, I figured I'd give you a shot. From there, you've continued to impress me in each and every memory and milestone that we've shared together. From polling your friend for our first date, he actually polled his friends to figure out what veggie options were the best for vegetarian for restaurants in Toronto. To being, so thoughtful in everything you do. So, for example, saving me a spot in his visitors' parking to make sure I didn't have any issues looking for parking when, we was coming down to see him. And then, what really kind of sealed the deal on our first date was meeting Bauer. Brandon had accidentally forgot his jacket at the condo and just obviously had to make me meet Bauer, who doesn't love Bauer.
It's a classic move.
Girl meets dog. I knew on our first date at Spice Fruit that I was going to be with you. I think you were having your dragon roll, I was having vegetarian pad thai, and I just knew that we were going to be together. So much so that I actually saved the bag from Spice Fruit with my leftover pad thai. So yeah, it's I don't know why I just knew I would be together, so I kept the bag as a memory for this night. Brandon, another reason I love you so much is that you're so respectful, not only towards me, but towards my family and, your family, especially your mom, and that means so much to me to see that. I've definitely loved you I loved you from day one, but they've loved you even more so from day one, and, you could see immediately they could see immediately how happy you made me, and, for that I just want to say thank you for, considering, their feelings and, just being so respectful towards them, because that means a lot to me. And you know what? It was funny because I was actually going to tell a story about Brandon meeting my mom for the first time in the dinner. And because I knew that we were going to be together and I knew this was going to come in handy, I actually kept the fork that he broke. Now, in his defense, it was kind of like a plastic piece here, and he was eating, and then it snapped. And then I remember I was eating, I looked over at him, and he has had this bright tomato red on his face.
And he looked over at me and he was like, what do I do? Like, oh my God. And my mom's right there and she's like, oh, it's okay. In Indian culture, you eat with your hands, so it's perfectly fine. But I kept the fork just to remind him because our family is all about teasing and taunting. But, Brennan has been amazing with that and taking it in stride and, obviously a lot of humor, in our relationship. So I just want to say, Brennan, I love you. I'm so happy to be your wife. I'm honored, and I can't wait for, all of the glorious things that we have in store for our life together.
So first off, I'll just start with you all laugh at the fork, and it's a good story, but you think it's easy being this strong? It's a gift and a curse, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? What can I say? Yeah, right? It's not easy. Gift and a curse, real talk. You know what? When I was writing my speech, I actually went downstairs today and I went into the washroom and I started reading it, and there was a lot of things I forgot. So I'm going to do my best to improvise and put them all in there, but I still like what I have down, so it's all right. Good evening, everyone. Sat Sri Akal to all the Punjabis. So I want to start with everyone actually raising their glasses. To the bride. She looks absolutely stunning today. She does. And also, she did a lot of the planning for this with the help of her sisters. My role was more of just a comfort blanket. She came home and could talk to me about it, and I'd be like, okay, cool. So I like to think of myself as more of a Snuggie in it all, Get me on and just, we'll get through it. But no, she did an amazing job. It's amazing with everything you've done, and, just cheers to Preeti. And again, because she looks stunning today, I'm sure you all have noticed. And obviously I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. It's obviously a huge night in our lives, and it's great, have so many friends and family here. You know what? Graham's dad's made it here. That's awesome. Hey, Barrie. And again, I'd like to thank everyone who made it out tonight for our big night. It's been a long time in the making. It took Preeti 2.5 years to convince me to say yes. It's true. A lot of poking, prodding.
That is not accurate at all.
Aggressive beats. Tried to, but again, these guns. Kidding me? No. Took her 2.5 years. As I was writing my speech tonight, I thought I should keep it simple and to the point. But I also thought that it's not every day that you get everyone in one room that you love and care about. So, you guys are stuck listening to my rant. But on the bright side, I do only plan on doing this once. That is, of course, if somebody plays their cards right. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to thank all my friends that are here. The guys in the back, and I think there's a few scattered. I was thinking about it while writing my speech that it's pretty crazy that we graduated in 2002, and 14 years later, you guys are all here on my wedding day. Thank you guys. It's awesome. It's awesome. Graham and Derek, I've known for 24 years. I couldn't really get rid of them if I tried. It's like, but thank you guys all for being here. You guys are great. I really am lucky to have such great friends. For me, getting married, it was really important to find that person, and I did. I didn't want to just get married just to say I'm married. I wanted to be truly happy and find that person, and I've done that. But I also knew that getting married, I wasn't just marrying that individual, I was marrying into a family. And today I couldn't be happier to call Miss Malhans my mom, Poonam, Lovely, and Hartley, and my sisters. What the heck, I'll even throw Felix in there. He's literally probably the best guy I've ever met when he's not around. He's a great guy. Terrible squash player. But no, honestly, I remember our first date, the first time I met the family, and going into it, I thought, it's going to be a breeze. It's sisters, I'll win them over with my natural class and charm, no biggie. But it turns out as it got closer and closer, I thought, wow, it's all women, and they're all going to talk about me. So I actually knew how tough it might be. I thought it was actually going to be tougher than meeting brothers, but you know what? You guys all were amazing and very welcoming, always welcomed me in your home, and I couldn't be happier to be in your family today. And welcome to the Pinch family. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. Look at Erin. She's never looked better. Tonight I need to thank my brothers, Gerald and Dallas. I can definitely say if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be the man I am today. You've both been so influential in my life. I couldn't have asked for two better guys to look up to growing up. I look forward to the next 31 years. Yeah. In saying how great they are and how awesome they are, these are also the guys that told me when I was about 3 and 4 years old that my dad wasn't my dad. My real dad dropped me off on the side of a road in a basket, and my mom felt sorry for me and picked me up. So that's a true story. These guys, yeah. And like Preeti was saying and Harleen, you put, let's say, 3 pencils together, it's a lot harder to break, which is absolutely true. But when you grow up with brothers, we try to break one another. And that's the problem. The amount of fights we had, but you know what? We always knew that we loved each other no matter what, and you guys are the best. Mom, thank you for always being a constant. Thank you for always being there, and most importantly, after doing a great job raising 3 boys, thank you for always being understanding. You're the best, and I love you. And then who we all came here for, really, Bauer. No. Preeti. She's all right, too. You know what, it's been almost 4 years we've been together now, and I can definitely say that they've been amazing. I feel very lucky to say that you're the person I'm now married to. Someone who inspires me, someone I can truly count on. Our time together has not always been easy, but it does make it a lot easier knowing I have you in my corner. You're the best.
Thanks.
You're absolutely amazing. I couldn't ask for anything better. I absolutely adore you. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. You're the best. I love you. For her sisters and mom and extended family, just know that Preeti's now my wife, and you never need to worry about her. I adore her. I love her the most, and she's in good hands. Now, after holding you guys up enough, I hope everyone enjoys the food. Please eat up. The bar, I handpicked the liquors and beers myself so we can all enjoy. Please, ladies and gentlemen, have an amazing night. Drink up, eat up. Let's have a good night, okay? Thank you all for coming.
All right. If I just finish up here for one quick second. I've never heard Brandon use best so much in one sentence. He once called me decent. So I guess he really cares that much about Preeti. Is everybody hungry? I could practice that monologue I've been practicing for the last month. Is everybody hungry? Okay. So we're about to hit the food. I was going to finish with one last quote. I like to debrief when I'm in my classroom. I know how lame that sounds, but sticking with the theme. You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams. Dr. Zeus. I deal with kids all day. What do you want? And I think it's safe to say that these guys are going to be awake for a very long time. So with that, let's enjoy the food. And unfortunately, someone took my papers here, but luckily I memorized it. I'm going to call them tables 2 at a time. So if you'd like to go eat from table 9 and 8, please follow the row down there on either side of the table. Grab some food. I'll be calling the next group in a couple minutes.
And sorry, quickly, guys, I forgot to say, Joel's done an amazing job. How about a round of applause for Joel? He's done an amazing job. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
That was awesome.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. And I want to spend my life with you. Me say, sing, baby, since we've been together. Ooh, loving you forever is what I need. Let me be the one you come running to. I'll never be untrue. Oh, baby, let's stay together. Loving you weather times are good and bad, happy or sad. Ooh, yeah. Well, the times are good and bad, happy or sad. Why people break up? Oh, and turn around and make up. I just came to see you'd never do that to me, would you, baby? Being around you is all I see. Is what I want us to do. We ought to stay together.
Well, that was Dirtier Than Dirty Dancing.
Unforgettable. That's what you are. Unforgettable. The near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way, and forevermore. That's how you'll stay. That's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Forevermore. That's how you'll stay. That's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਲੇਬਰ ਨੇ ਬਾਣੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਮੀਤ ਨੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਮੀਤ ਨੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੁੱਚੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਲੇ ਤੂੰ ਪਰੀਤ ਨੀ ਪਰੀਤ ਨੀ ਲੇਬਰ ਨੇ ਬਾਣੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਮੀਤ ਨੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੁੱਚੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਲੇ ਤੂੰ ਪਰੀਤ ਨੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਗਰ ਨਾ ਲਾਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਕਦੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ Sweet You're sweet You're sweet You're sweet, sweet loving, won't you put it on me? Keep me coming, cause you're all that I need. You give me love, I'll give you everything that you want, as long as you love me. You're sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me. Keep me coming, coming, You're sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me, as long as you love me. You're sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me. Keep me coming, coming, You're sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me, as long as you love me. You're sweet, Never felt like this. Prayers have been answered. Memories I won't forget. Oh, it's plain to see. Your sweet, sweet loving, won't you put it on me? Keep me coming, cause you're all that I need. You give me love, I'll give you everything that you want, as long as you love me. Your sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me. Keep me coming, coming, Your sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me, as long as you love me. Your sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me. Keep me coming, coming, Your sweet, sweet loving, loving, loving me, as long as you love me. Anticipating what you're gonna